Welcome back to your 2020 training. Today we're going to be talking about sub-accounts, not in the general ledger, but to your cost codes or your analytic accounts. Let's go into the project center. We see our list of jobs. Select the job. This job has one contract on it. It could have multiple. Let's take a look at the contract. The contract's schedule of values will establish our initial analytic accounts, or again, cost codes. We call them analytic accounts here in 2020. There are 13 different items on this contract in the schedule of values. Once this contract is approved, these will become the budget items for the job. It will use the cost amount here for the budget. The price amount is the billing amount or the revenue. Each one of these will become our first analytic accounts for this job. To see them, we can click on the Cost Analysis Smart button here or back on the project. Let's do it from there. If I go and click on the Cost Analysis button, it shows me those 13 items. I'm going to group this by contract. They're all related to that one contract that I have. If I had multiple contracts, I could have multiple groupings in here. Next, I want to group by contract SOV. Once I expand the contract, it shows me all of my schedule of value items in groupings here. Every grouping only has one item within it. That makes sense. I've just started this and everything is distinct. But now I want to break any one of these down. Let's say turnkey concrete. I want to break that down into different sub-analytic accounts. To do that, I don't have to select anything in this list. I have to click the green button for Add New Sub-Accounts at the top. It automatically knows the project we're talking about. Down here, if I had multiple contracts, I could select between them in this drop-down. For this project, I only have one. I'll make my choice there. And now it wants to know which of that contract's schedule of value items I want to start breaking down. So let's choose Turnkey Concrete. Step 3, click Add an Item below to choose the account you want to add to the project. Clicking Add an Item brings me my list of all of my analytic accounts that are available to be used in the system. And they're not project specific at this point. That's what we're doing. We're making project specific analytic accounts for this project. I have 660 available to me. Maybe I want to group this up by division to find my concrete items a little bit easier. Luckily, my analytic accounts are grouped similarly. So from here, I can select as many as I want. I'll just take these 3, click Select at the bottom. It shows me those in here. I'm going to click Copy, and what that does, it makes a copy of each one of these formerly master accounts and relates them to this project. So now if I go back to my cost analysis report, I had 13 items there before, now I have 16. If I expand this, Turnkey Concrete had 1, now it has 4. So if I expand these out, here's my original line with its original budget amount, but now I have these other lines as well. So that is how you create new sub-accounts. Let's take this a step further. Maybe I want to move some of this money. You see the revised amount over here in case there were any change orders or adjustments. But I want to move some of this $109,000 that I have to spend into these other line items. To do that, I can click on the line item that I want to move money out of. Check that box. Go to your Action button and click on Reallocate Cost Budgets. At the top, there's a field for quantity. Well, I'm not tracking quantity of turnkey concrete here, so I'll leave that at 0. But if I had a number of units, I could say I want to reallocate a certain number of units from that first line to another line. But maybe I want to take $20,000 out of it. Put my amount in there. Then I say down here where I want it to go. So it's coming out of turnkey concrete, and where on my project is this going to go? I can just pick it from here that maybe I want it to go to grade beams, but I'll click on Search More. And this will only show me the other 15 line items I have available on this project. I can group these if I want by division, if that helps me out, then expand those that are in concrete. You'll see it's not showing the one that I'm pulling the money out of. It knows that shouldn't be in this list. But I'll pick grade beams. If I feel, I can put some notes in here, maybe explaining why I'm making this change. It tells me that my current amount is something over $109,000, and I'm reducing that by $20,000. I am not allowed to reduce this by more than the current amount. I'll make the adjustment. What that does, it writes back that detail to this line here. So grade beams has increased by $20,000. The original budget was 0. The revised budget is now $20,000. You'll see the other side of that entry here where turnkey concrete started at $109,000 and is now down to $89,000. We did not touch the revised contract amount. We are still billing the customer the same amount. So this has allowed me to move my budget amount out of this line into this line for the purpose of costing the job. Maybe setting up some commitments subcontracts or purchase orders, and allocating other costs to this specific line for grade beams here. When we bill the customer, we're still only going to have the line for turnkey concrete. We will not see these additional lines there. The contract amount has not been changed. Now, as I accumulate costs for any of these line items here, it knows there's a relationship back to this line for the turnkey concrete. So when I do a progress billing, the costs accumulated within these sub-accounts for turnkey concrete will be shown to me on the billing worksheet, which can help the project manager or project accountant determine how much to bill the customer. Proceed through the other accounts as you need. You can use the same process to allocate some money back. If we look into reports, we do have a reallocation analysis report. This does keep track of all the moves we made. The account the money went into, the account the money went out of, who did it, and when. Thank you for watching. And please let me remind you that after logging into your 2020 system, 1, if in a multi-company environment, always be sure you are working within the correct company's data. 2, not all users have access to the same features and options. And 3, your typical workflow may vary from what has been presented. Let us know what else you'd like to see in these tutorials, and as always, enjoy the day.